Question for the K100 crew, Dimitri Hondros. We have often heard about wrestlers' court in the WWF, WWE. Was there a similar thing in WCW? If so, who was the Undertaker / JBL of WCW, and do you have any fun stories?
Do we have, how many wrestlers' courts do we have, Conan? Just a couple?
Yeah.
Who was in charge? Yeah, I can't. Bro, that's a tough question to answer because we don't really remember. We didn't do it a lot, you know?
Yeah. We kind of just, like, if somebody had heat, everybody just that guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if somebody did something stupid and the dressing room found out, that was it. The whole dressing room took care of you.
But the whole thing, there wasn't a lot of heat amongst the guys ever, really.
But if you did something, you know, and like your crew knew, and the crew that hung out with that one, you'd get heat with them.
I got a story. So this was funny. Remember back in Orlando when we do the Disney tapings, and we had to when they did the medicals, and we had to take the exams and stuff, everything. Like you had to take blood. Okay, bro, get all of this. So this was funny. So I had been there maybe 6 months, right? And like you'd go into one of the wherever the offices or wherever where they're doing the testing and stuff and all that. They test your heart, they take blood, they do everything. And people were like, people were waiting in line. Like there was like probably 4 or 5 of the boys waiting in line, and like they were like talking to each other. They'd been there waiting and everything. And I kind of like walked up. And like the doctor came out, and because the other people that were waiting weren't really paying attention, they say who's next, and I kind of just went, I'll go. Okay, so I cut the line, right? So I went in to like get my blood test and stuff, everything all that. Bro, this was Ming. Okay, Ming and Barb were 2 of the guys that I cut the line in front of. Ming came out like about 15, 20 minutes later, and got in my face. And said, "What the f*** you do? Who do you think you are?" Got in front of him. Bro, this is Ming. Okay, like we know Ming, right? And I was like, and like I knew I'd f***ed up, but it was like a f*** up that I didn't really think was serious or nothing like that. Everything, bro. He was cutting this unbelievable promo on me. I thought he was gonna kill me. Right. Okay, like he's in my face. You disrespect. And I actually said this. To try to get out of it. Like, hey, I'm sorry. Go. Let me buy you lunch.
Right.
God, hey,
I swear to God, I said that, and he was like, "Who the f?" He was blissed, so he was still pissed off at me and stuff and all that. And I was like, I thought Ming was gonna kill me and everything. And this was the funniest part. Okay, he cut that promo on me. There was probably about 4 or 5 guys that were standing around that saw it, and they're like, "What the f was that?" And I was like, bro, I was shaking up, you know, because there was okay, all that, bro. Later on the day. He came in he patted me on the backside, say, "Hey, bro," so he goes, "Sorry about that."
Like in an inviting way?
No. Of course, you want me to tell Ming that? Okay, no. I'll tell Ming. Next time I tell Ming that you're So no, but I will say this that he.
Bro, let me tell you. One time, Jeff buried me.
He kind of apologized for basically like yelling at me in front of everybody like that and everything, and I was like, I'm sorry, and I meant no, and he because that was the thing about him, he's like the scariest guy in the business, but the nicest guy in the business. Right. You know, he was like so that was
Did you try to upgrade your offer to lunch with apps?
No, I did not do that. Did you have the kazoo on you, Conan?
Did you offer to go to Calgary and put him on your podcast? So
God.
I remember once, bro. Well, one of the things that used to get heat, like especially if you drove with the little Luger, Nash, Hawk clique, because I usually was either I jumped around 3 cliques. There's the Mexican clique, and the Eddie, Benoit, Di Malenko, Jericho, Chavito clique, and then kind of like that Billy Kidman, Disco, Madden. It's like, so if you card jumped, you had heat. That was one thing that you could always get heat for. Do you remember that, Glenn?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So go ahead.
And one time I seriously got heat by our boy Jeff Jarrett, and you may or may not remember this, Disco. We were in England, okay, and I was hanging out with some stripper. I don't know if you remember. She had like cornrows. And we were all walking together, everybody. The bus A and bus B. You know how they had it separated in 2 buses?
Right. Yeah.
And I happened to be holding her hand, bro. And Jeff waited till everybody was there, and he goes, "I got to throw a flag." Conan holding a stripper's hand. And, bro, he just buried me the whole thing with anybody else that could get their shots in. You know, I'd walk by and two guys would be holding their hand, you know, stuff like that. It was awesome.
And the two guys were Disco and Ming.
Maybe.
Did you get the
You
kazoo?
should tell Meg this. So please tell Meg this.
I am gonna.
I'm a big fan of Ming, and I'm cool with this.
You
his
can
Don't
son
sound
as
like
well.
it.
I can
Why
see
you throwing shade on
tweeting him in the next few days something to Meng just in case you do tell him.
Right, exactly.
I'm a big fan of Ming and his kids who are shining bright in New Japan.